Alright, this will show you how you can take your research and put it into your presentation in WeVideo. Now I've got my example research here. I've got at least 15 different events. I've kept track of the dates and the source where I got my information. So you're going to want to use your link in Google Classroom to get to WeVideo so you're connected to your paid account. You're going to want to click Create when you get here. I've already started one, so I'm going to open this up right down here. Now, first thing I want to show you is this little time bar right over here. It's always at 5 or 6, I think, when you start. I always run this down to 1%. It doesn't change anything of your time. It just shrinks your view so that you get to see more of your presentation at once. I do suggest that. I've set up my tracks a little bit differently. You will always start with one video track, one text track, and one audio track. I've actually added another text track right here. So I've got a captions track and a sources track so that I can put in my source information at the bottom of the screen. I also created another images track, so I've got 2 images tracks here so that I can have at least 2 pictures on every slide as well. To add a track, you're going to click Add right here, and you can add a video or text track. I don't think we need to add another audio track, but you may want to add a couple of different text tracks so that you can add in those sources and images. Once you add one in, it'll come in at top, and you can change their names really easily by clicking in there. So once you've got yourself set up, you can see what I've done so far. So I've got this little introductory slide, and then I chose to do 2 little slides here that just explain what a lathe is, because I'm not sure that everybody knows what it is. I'm not giving any sources. These are just my words. But now I'm getting into my actual information. So this is my first caption slide, and this is what you're going to be creating. You can create them to look however you'd like, but they're going to have some sort of caption, they're going to have some sort of images, and then they're also going to have the source material where you got your information from. So as you go through, you can see it's going to let people read it, and then it moves to the next slide. So I've got these 2 slides that are done, and I'm ready for my next. So if I go up to my information, my research, I've got these first 2 slides done, and I'm on to this next one. So I'm actually going to copy this. I'm going to choose it first. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to go into my text. For my caption, you can see all the different slides. I kind of like these motion ones, so I'm going to drag them down, but you can use whatever looks good for you. So I'm going to do this. It's a 2-line description, so I'm actually going to copy and paste this with 2 different lines. So I'm going to copy that first line. Oops. There we go. Control C to copy it. Back over. Double click in your text, and then I can paste that on the top line. And grab the bottom line. Tricky. There. Control C, copy, and then paste that in. So I've got my information here. I can click Done for now. I'm going to get an image. So you're going to probably use Google Images. I've went into Google Images, I searched for an ancient Chinese lathe, and I found this good picture. To save an image, just like we did when we were in Photoshop, you're going to do a right click on the preview over here and save image as. It is a JPEG, which is good, but I found that WeVideo is pretty accepting of a lot of different file formats. You're going to want to send it to your downloads and save it. Now when you go over to WeVideo, if you go up to your project bin, now you can do add media, and you've got the option to upload. This is actually pretty slick. If you've just done it and you've got it in your downloads up there, you can just drag it right from there, and it'll take a couple of seconds for it to come in. Once it comes in, it will come to the bottom, and so once you've got it there, that's the image that I want. I'm going to stick it in my images track. Trim it back to the same length as my information, and I can see already that the caption is going right on top of the image. So I'm actually going to slide that image down. I'm going to double click on the image, and now I can slide the image down. I can resize it, move it around if that makes sense. Click Done there, and then I'm going to do the same thing with my caption. I'll put it up a little bit higher so people can read it, and it doesn't get in the way of the actual picture there. Click Done, and then I need to put in my caption. So I got my source. So I got that information from this source. I'm going to copy and paste that. Come back over to WeVideo and grab a new text. If you go down to special, I do like this one right here. It's just like a very simple subtitle, and I'm going to use that for all of my sources. Double click inside, and then I can paste that. So I've got that information. This is too big. Again, your source information, you don't want people to really focus on this. You want people to focus on your actual information and caption, but you do want your source information there. So I'm going to stretch it out, and I'm going to make it much smaller. So it fits on one line, and it's just kind of at the bottom. There we go. Again, you can check and see how it looks, and also make sure that it's on the screen long enough to read. That was a little bit too short, so to stretch something out, and this is just kind of guess and check, you can pull it out a little bit longer so that it's on the screen long enough for people to actually read it. Check it again. I can read that, and now I'm ready for my next thing. The last thing I want to show you is that you will want to add audio. Your audio is right here. You've got that audio track at the bottom. I think you'll understand this. You're just choosing something. If you like it, drag it down into that audio track. Last thing are transitions. Transitions are just the way it looks as you go from one image to the next. So if you look at it, it'll show you how it changes from one image to the next. If you like that cross blur effect, you can just drag it down and put it between two images. So if you put it between two images, you'll see it'll use that effect to transform into the next one. Again, hopefully you can use this to create some awesome, awesome work. Have a great day, everyone.